a few words I'd like to share with you guys, and then we get into the story. So thanks for watching. Now, I just wanted to show you what the situation is with this account, and although I'm bringing in views, not many, but a few, it's really important for me as a channel for you guys to help me out by leaving some comments and giving it a thumbs up and really subscribing to this channel, because without you guys I'm not actually going to be able to continue with this content, simply because if I'm only generating minimal amount of views, it's not really worth the time that all this content takes to create and upload. So if you really want to see what's happening from the UK and hear what I've got to say about things, then I really do need your support. So please do subscribe, please do leave comments, and please do leave a thumbs up, because all this helps the promotion of this channel, and that then means it ranks higher up in the analytics of the YouTube search engines when people are looking for things. I'm really trying my best to put the message across to the UK people, but without getting awareness to this channel, it's not going to get any light of day. You can see the views that I'm generating, but I'm not getting any thumbs up, and I've only generated 25 subscriptions, and I've only generated 25 subs. Now, the biggest impact I had on my video was this one here, when it was posted on the SGT report, and the numbers are fantastic. However, because this was probably my first video, and I was a little bit nervous with speaking for the first time. For some reason, people weren't really interested in sticking around, so the numbers seriously dropped off for the part 2, 3, and for the part 2s and 3s. And this is when the information actually started getting quite interesting, especially in the part 3 when I sum it up at the end. But, you know, only 10% of people made it through that far. So, with your help, guys, let's make this a better channel from the UK. And maybe this is the reason there aren't many channels from the UK. Take care. Okay, this one's from RT America. Google, Ford, and Uber join forces, create coalition for self-driving cars. 26th April 2016. Companies from Detroit and Silicon Valley are teaming up to urge lawmakers to put self-drive cars on the street as fast as they can. Companies believe the technology can save many of the 33,000 who die in car accidents, although thousands of jobs may be lost. Titled the Self-Driving Coalition for Safer Streets, the new lobbying group is composed of Google, Ford, Uber, Volvo, and Lyft. The group's entire goal is to advocate for self-driving technology at the federal level. Former administration of the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, NHTSA, David Strickland, will be leading the group. Self-driving vehicle technology will make America's roadways safer and less congested, Strickland said in a statement. The best path for this innovation is to have one clear set of federal standards, and the coalition will work with policymakers to find the right solution that will facilitate development of self-driving vehicles. More specifically, the coalition wants to press the federal government to create national standards for autonomous driving. The Transportation Department is set to come up with one set of rules this summer, but the coalition wants to see faster progress in order to stave off the possibility that there will be different regulations in each state. In a statement, Ford told Reuters that the coalition will work together to advocate for policy solutions that will support the deployment of fully autonomous vehicles. A separate report from Reuters showed that auto and tech companies believe driverless vehicles can prevent most of the annual deaths linked to car accidents, which numbers 33,000. If the situation was reversed and we had automatic vehicles today and someone proposed to let people drive cars, what would the reaction be? Asked Glenn DeVos, Vice President of Global Engineering for Delphi Automotive plc, a supplier of driverless car technology. You would be basically asking that 33,000 deaths per year be allowed on highways as part of a policy plan. There's no way on earth anybody would accept it. However, lives could be saved at the expense of jobs. Sales of traditional vehicles could sink 40% over the next 25 years if self-driving cars become viable on the marketplace. According to 2015 report from Barclays analyst Brian Johnson, if that were to happen, about 25,000 workers in the US and Canada would find themselves unemployed. In order to combat that trend, some automakers are trying to expand their business into mass transportation. Ford, for example, established a new office in California to explore other mobility alternatives for the company. In the meantime, the NHTSA is scheduled to have a second public forum regarding the rules it's crafting for self-driving cars. The forum will consider statements from companies as well as Stanford University automakers, Reuters reported. One of the ideas the Transportation Department said it would look at is regarding a future of self-driving vehicles that don't have anyone behind the wheel. That would mark a departure from the regulations put in place in California, which don't allow driverless vehicles and have been criticised by companies like Google. The rulemaking process is also part of the Obama administration's effort to get more rules on the books. In January, the White House proposed $4 billion over the next decade for driverless car testing. In March, the director of Google's self-driving car initiative, Chris Urmson, asked Congress to move swiftly to provide the Secretary of Transportation with new authority to approve life-saving safety innovations, according to The Hill. The new authority would permit the development of innovative safety technologies that met or exceed the level of safety required by existing federal standards, while ensuring a prompt and transparent process, he added. From the point of view of big business, you've got Google giving them the technology, you've got Ford giving them the vehicles, and then you've got Uber supplying them with the fares. So what I see going on here is a huge move into making any cab driver redundant. If you've got the endless amounts of money that Google has joined up with Ford and Uber, they can totally corner the market. And if you take out the human element from driving, you are just using a machine to transport people from point A to point B. So the overheads of that machine are a lot less without having that human in there. So surely, little by little, if this was rolled out, this would probably spell the end to taxi drivers, cab drivers, and it could possibly spread into heavy goods vehicles and pretty much any form of transportation. Now, I'm not sure how accurate this is, but it's statistic brain. I just researched how many cab drivers there are in America, and it's split it up. It hasn't given me a Las Vegas count for taxi drivers. However, it does for New York and the national cab statistics. So in the ad, they talk about the loss of jobs, which they're stating could be 25,000 workers in the US and Canada. I think that is massively understated for the simple fact here we have the total number of cab drivers at 240,000. I'm not sure if that includes the New York, but if it doesn't, you can add another 42,000 to that. And then obviously Las Vegas, and then obviously Canada as well. So you could be easily looking at 500,000 jobs, which effectively could be made redundant because a machine has taken over, that role of a human. And from the point of view in the UK, this is from the UK government website. We're looking at 242,000 cab drivers on the UK roads. So between just the UK, America and Canada, you could be easily looking at 700,000 jobs should the laws be passed in America. It will only be a matter of time before it's then rolled out in Europe and possibly the world. So if you can imagine on a global scale what this actually really means in terms of jobs for people, you're talking millions of people could effectively be made redundant as cab drivers. Thanks for watching.